Welcome back. Well, you know I have St. Patrick's Day jerseys, right? Well, if you don't, you do now. All right, so hopefully Winnipeg wins. I don't think I have another green jersey to wear for the review tomorrow night. Just looking at the teams that are playing, it's not a very green field, is it? All right, so we got 7 games on Sunday starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. So another full day for me, although it does end relatively early, so I'm grateful for that. Anyways, the New York Rangers win 6-3 on February 18th. It's nice to spend an evening with the wife every now and then. Anyways, these teams will play again on April 9th and April 13th. The Islanders and the Rangers, we know what we're getting here. The Islanders 29, 22, and 15. They're 6-3-1 over their last 10 games, and they're in a dogfight for that last playoff spot. They are currently tied with Washington, just below the playoff line. That's right, Washington's right there now. Nelson, their leading scorer over the last month, has 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points in 13 games. Anders Lee, 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points in 14 games, still scoring at a higher rate than he was earlier in the season. And Engvall was all around it today. Maybe he gets a goal tomorrow. 13 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points for Engvall. On the Rangers side, they're 44, 19, and 4 overall. They're 6-3-1 over their last 10. Panarin's been their leading scorer over the last month. 13 games, 7 goals, 15 assists, 22 points. He has a very good chance of recording his first ever 100-point season. Fox, 13 games, 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points for him. He's been very good. Schneider was all around the net today. Maybe he gets a goal tomorrow. 13 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. And then at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. So there's a 2.5 hour separation here, so I can review this game on its own. But we have New Jersey and Vegas. New Jersey won the first meeting January 22nd at home by a score of 6-5 in overtime. For the Devils, they're 32, 31, and 4 overall. They're 3-7 over their last 10. Hischier, their leading scorer over the last month. 14 games, 5 goals, 11 assists, 16 points. Jack Hughes has been quite good. 14 games, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points. They need more from Holtz, though, don't they? Just the 2 goals in 14 games. Maybe he'll get one tomorrow. They currently sit 6 points behind Detroit in that last playoff spot. On the Vegas side, they're 35, 24, and 7 overall. They are 3-6-1 over their last 10 as well. And they're not out of the woods. They're only 3 points clear of Minnesota in that last playoff spot. Marchessault, their leading scorer over the last month in 13 games, 10 goals, 5 assists, 15 points. Amadio's been quite effective recently. 13 games, 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points for Amadio. Hanifin, since joining Vegas, has played 4 games. He's had 2 assists. Then at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, we have the Winnipeg Jets and the Columbus Blue Jackets. We have 4 games starting at that time. Winnipeg won the first meeting January 9th by a score of 5-0. Winnipeg 42, 19, and 5 overall. They're 6-4 over their last 10. Josh Morrissey, their leading scorer over the last month, 15 games, 1 goal, 20 assists, 21 points. For Kyle Connor, he's played 15 games, 9 goals, 7 assists, 16 points. Toffoli's played 3 games with the Jets. He has 2 goals. The Jets are sitting 2 points behind both Colorado and Dallas. So a win tomorrow, you have a 3-way tie atop the division. Columbus 22, 33, and 11. They're 4-5-1 over their last 10. They did win over San Jose tonight. Goudreau, their leading scorer over the last month, 15 games, 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points. Nylander putting up points like his brother, 11 games, 8 goals, 3 assists, 11 points for him. Voronkov, 15 games, 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points. Interesting thing with Columbus, it just seems to rotate which guys scoring goals for them, but their goal output's actually been pretty good this year. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, the game everybody's going to be watching. San Jose and Chicago. Come on now. The first game was a scintillating 2-1 shootout victory for Chicago on January 16th. The final meeting will be on March the 23rd, and then we're out of our misery. San Jose 16, 43, and 7 overall. They're 1-7-2 over their last 10. This may end up being an entertaining game. I certainly hope so. Granlund, their leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 3 goals, 10 assists for 13 points. Eklund, 12 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points, minus 17. So again, I know plus minus is not a respected stat by many, but if you're minus 17 in 12 games, it's not great. Justin Bailey, I should say, 1 goal in 13 games for him. He was around it today. He had some chances. Maybe he gets a goal tomorrow. Chicago 18, 44, and 5 overall. They're 3-5-2 over their last 10 games. Bedard in 13 games over the last month, 5 goals, 12 assists, 17 points. He is their leading scorer. Foligno, 13 games, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points for Foligno. Athanasiou, in 2 games since returning from injury, 2 assists for him. He's been very effective. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific start between Carolina and the Ottawa Senators. Carolina's won the first two meetings. They're looking for a sweep here. October 11th, it was a 5-3 win. On December 12th, a 4-1 win. Carolina's 41-20-6 overall. They're 7-2-1 over their last 10. Aho, their leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points. Jarvis in 14 games, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points for him. Fost has got 5 assists in 14 games. He's due for a goal. We'll see if he gets it against Ottawa, who are 28-33-4. They played the spoiler role against the Islanders today, but they're 3-6-1 over their last 10. Stützle, their leading scorer over the last month, 15 games, 5 goals, 11 assists, 16 points. Giroux, fallen on hard times goal scoring wise, just 1 goal to go with 7 assists for 8 points in 15 games. Chychrun, rough season for Chychrun, 1 goal, 1 assist, just 2 points in 15 games. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't get traded this summer. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific start between Detroit and Pittsburgh, and Detroit won the first meeting 6-3 on October 18th. The third and final meeting will be on April the 11th. For Pittsburgh, this is your playoffs. This is the game you have to win. Detroit's 34-27-6. They're 3-7 over their last 10. They won today, so maybe they're ready to go on another run. Kane, 14 games. Their leading scorer over the last month, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. Kopp, just the 6 assists over 14 games. Come on, Kopp, get a goal. Fisher had a goal today. That's the only goal he's had in the last month. 2 assists, 3 points in 14 games for him. They're 1 point clear of the Islanders and the Capitals. So, depending on what happens here, the Islanders could end up back above the line. They could be 3 points below the line. We have no idea. Pittsburgh, 28-9 overall. They're 7 points back of a playoff spot, so they need a win, and they need to cheer for the Rangers as well, which is going to feel odd. They're 2-7-1 over their last 10. Pittsburgh really needs to get things going. Crosby, 15 games, 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points, is their leading scorer over the last month. Raquel in 15 games, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Bemstrom, he has not had the boost that we've seen with Nylander. Bemstrom, 12 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points for him as a Penguin. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Anaheim and St. Louis. 3-1 win for St. Louis on November 19th, and they'll meet again on April the 7th. Anaheim's 23-41-3 overall. They're 3-7 over their last 10 games. Vetrano's been the leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 6 goals, 3 assists for 9 points. Strome's been very effective, 14 games, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. For a Duck, he's been very effective. Zellweger, looking for a goal from him in 8 games. He's had 1 assist. That's part of their future on the blue line. Minchukov, Zellweger, there are others as well. On the St. Louis side, they're 35-29-3 overall. They're 5-4-1 over their last 10 games. Thomas, their leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points. Hayes, 14 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points for him. You need more from Hayes for what he gets paid. Bolduc, who had that fall down in the game tonight against Minnesota, maybe he gets a goal tomorrow to make up for it. He has a goal and an assist for 2 points in 12 games over the last month. St. Louis now sits 4 points behind the Vegas Golden Knights. So if you're a Blues fan, you also have to cheer for the Devils tomorrow and hope for a regulation loss for Vegas, and then they can jump within 2 points if they can make it happen. Let me know your picks in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I do have some Clover stickers coming that I can turn into magnets. I'm hoping those are ready to go, at least by the time I'm reviewing these ones. If not, I'm going to have a bunch of Clover magnets I have nothing to do with until next March 17th. But happy St. Patrick's Day. Keep it within the legal limit. Drive sober, all that wonderful stuff, because St. Patrick's Day parties can get a little bit out of control. All right. Not that I've been to one, but I've heard. And I mean that. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all your support as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And yeah, let me know your picks for St. Patrick's Day. I will talk to you again soon.